Conspiracy. No. Conspiracy theorist. Oh my days. Nah, but I'm not even a conspiracy theorist. Come on, be under the drip, subscribe. What it do? Welcome back to the land of the drip. I'm your awesome drip today. Yes, sir. Make it. It's the Genie fast. Alright, welcome back to the land of the drip. I'm your awesome drip today. Yes, sir. Okay, Gavin Sharp. And today is another review video. And today's topic is the dark truth about Birdman. What Birdman doesn't want you to know. Yeah, man, we're just looking at this video because it's quite interesting, man. Like, just nice to know these things. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff.
He is an artist, but he is more known for his role as an executive and co-owner of Cash Money Records. Birdman has introduced the world to some of the biggest names in hip-hop. He has run one of the most successful labels for over 30 years. But with all the success that Birdman has received, he hasn't been able to quiet the rumors of all the shady things Birdman has done to keep himself at the top. Birdman was willing to do everything and anything to make it to the top of the industry, no matter who he had to screw over and take advantage of. Join me in this episode as we uncover the dark truth about Birdman. Birdman was born February 15th, 1969 in New Orleans, Louisiana. And for the first month of his life, he was nameless and was simply referred to as Baby by his mother until she named him Brian. As a child, Birdman lived on a house on the top of his father's bar. When he turned 5, his mother would become severely ill and would succumb to her illness. This would force Birdman to move in with his uncle for 2 years in Canada. He would then end up in the hands of foster care back in New Orleans until his father would begin a custody battle to retrieve his children. Birdman would then move into Magnolia Projects in Central City, New Orleans with his father. This is where he would meet up with his half-brother Eldrick, which would quickly become his partner in crime. Birdman began his involvement in the streets alongside of his brother, committing robberies all over the city and selling drugs in his neighborhood. When he turned 16, he ended up getting arrested alongside of his brother. He was released just to be rearrested when he was 18 for drug possession and served 18 months before being acquitted of all charges. When he was finally released, him and his older brother Slim would start to become interested in a music career. They noticed a new sound in hip-hop that was emerging in New Orleans' nightclub scene called bounce music. Birdman decided that he wanted to start a record label, so he would start traveling around different nightclubs, searching for upcoming artists he could recruit for his label. The first artist Birdman signed was Kilo G, officially releasing the first project under Cash Money Records in 1992. Birdman will continue his search for new artists, signing more and more acts to the label. He would eventually convince a local DJ, who had an underground buzz at the time, DJ Manny Fresh, to become the record label's in-house producer. By the mid-1990s, Cash Money Records would start to become a popular label in the New Orleans area. Birdman had met Lil Wayne in 1991 when Wayne was 8 years old. Wayne would start to hang around Birdman's crew whenever he had a chance.
See, obviously, I'm honest here. I don't have any issues with, let's say, you have a YG in it, so you show him the ropes and that. But what's an 8-year-old guy chilling with an old man for? Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but yeah, that's nuts, yo. I'll be honest with you, that's nuts, bro.
By the time Wayne was 11 or 12, he would be brought to Birdman's attention by an artist on the label, Little Slim. Wayne would start to rap for Birdman, which impressed him so much, he would quickly sign Wayne to the label and put him in a rap group. This is around the same time Birdman would start to rap himself. Towards the end of 1995, many of the first generation of Cash Money artists will start to leave the label, stating money issues drove them away from Cash Money. The artists that didn't leave willingly left unwittingly, with the label tragically losing one of the first artists they signed, Kilo G, and 2 other artists around the same time. This left Baby with only 2 artists left on the label, Lil Wayne and BG. But by 1997, Birdman had found himself 2 new artists, Turk and Juvenile. He would put all his remaining artists in a group.
I said the Hot Boys.
And called them the Hot Boys. This was the best thing he could have ever done for his label, as success quickly followed after. Off the success of the Hot Boys, Birdman managed to acquire a major deal with Universal Records for $30 million in 1998. Birdman, realizing the opportunity, rebranded himself alongside of Manny Fresh and calling themselves the Big Timers. They released their own albums. One of the albums even went platinum. Birdman continued his career in hip-hop, signing artists and releasing music, and continuing his career that we know him for now, introducing us to some of the biggest names in hip-hop. This is what you may already know about Birdman, but the truth is much more sinister than this. See, most people know that Birdman took advantage financially of his artists, but according to Trick Daddy, who eventually joined the label and left soon afterwards, Birdman also took advantage in other much more sinister ways.
Business with Birdman. Some are good and some is bad. I just think when you try to be a CEO and you try to be a rapper and you try to be a ladies' man and you try to be a girlfriend.
The long-standing rumor is that Birdman tends to sleep with the artists that he signs. As I covered in my last video on Lil Wayne and Birdman's relationship seemed odd and inappropriate to me.
Kiss the girl, right? I'm on it.
Think about that for a second, mate. This guy, obviously, like, nothing to do with the whole homosexual thing. This guy, what? He said, I'm the only person he kissed. Now, going back to my previous comment, he's knew this guy since he was 8 years old. You do the math, innit?
Person he kissed. I got y'all up here. So when you kiss the girl, right? I'm on the person he kissed. That's how I roll. Well, that's somebody else, man. We roll like that. Big my bad. Look, got the whole family.
Okay, I don't know what, okay.
The fact that Lil Wayne called Birdman his daddy and would normally kiss him on the lips seemed odd to me. Seeing Wayne was raised by his mother, but she eventually remarried and he had a stepdad. Wayne has even said that his stepdad was his real dad. He even tattooed his name on his body after his stepdad would pass away. So why was Wayne calling Birdman his daddy? And why was Birdman kissing his artist on the mouth? I believe Birdman might have had a thing for underage boys. Most of his artists that he would sign were in their teens. The reason for this, in my opinion, is Birdman's membership to the Freemasons. See, Birdman is an occultist who has used satanic rituals to achieve success and longevity in the music industry, using his fame to spread a satanic agenda so that Lucifer may continue to bless him. Birdman, like many occultists, worship Aleister Crowley for his...
Hey. Obviously, it adds up now, innit? That's what I'm telling you. So I'm telling you about the music industry, bro. It just sounds off. Like, there's these man. Get it? These man. What it is, yeah? Freemasonry is one of the maddest things out there, and they control all the media. Bro, it's just nuts, yo, because, yo, I'm not even gonna say what's that word from? Conspiracy. No. Conspiracy theorist. Oh my days. Nah, but I'm not even a conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of them, man, innit? But it all makes sense.
Contribution to Satanism. Crowley wrote about doing things to children that should never have been done to any child. He explained how he used them in rituals.
Astaghfirullah. Only God gives blessings.
Rituals. This is what may have been going on with Birdman. You can easily tell that Birdman is a Freemason with the symbolism scattered all over his music and videos. He also has a pentagram tattooed on the top of his head. This led me to wonder, was Lil Wayne being abused by Birdman? Did Birdman abuse more artists than just Lil Wayne? Is that why his artists would leave his record label or get murdered? What Birdman seems to do is use his artists on his roster as much as he can to milk them for their money until they're no longer relevant. Then he seems to sacrifice whoever he is done with. Likely what he tried to do with Lil Wayne when he allegedly hired Young Thug's tour manager to shoot up Lil Wayne's tour bus, which he actually did and is still serving prison time for.
Thug posted a threat, allegedly, this is according to the new indictment, posted a threat to Lil Wayne on his Instagram account. 5 days after that threat was posted, Jimmy Winfrey, this alleged shooter, allegedly shot at Lil Wayne's tour buses. Police are saying that Winfrey carried out the threat that Young Thug had issued.
It seemed like Birdman was trying to sacrifice Lil Wayne for multiple reasons. Like for one, he owed Lil Wayne millions because he allegedly loves to steal his artists' money. He also wanted to let Young Thug steal Wayne's album's name. Young Thug wanted to call his album The Carter 6, and Lil Wayne refused and denounced Thug. This sparked a mostly one-sided beef, with Young Thug sending multiple disses and coded threats to Lil Wayne. Around this time, you could see Wayne openly talking down on Birdman. The man that Wayne once called his daddy, he was now speaking down on.
Free Weezy album coming soon. Carter 5 coming soon. Cash money.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if the other artists that died on his roster were also sacrificed by Birdman. See, back in 2017, accusations again arose regarding Birdman sacrificing his artist BTY Youngin, an upcoming rap star who was growing a viral buzz out in New Orleans. It's clear what Birdman does to his artists in order to continue to grow his wealth and success, like what he did to Lil Wayne. See, Wayne was only 11 years old when he started to officially rap for Birdman, and Lil Wayne said himself on his song with Birdman, Like Father Like Son, that his mother thought Birdman was the devil. Lil Wayne eventually tried to kill himself when his mother told him no more music with Birdman.
We had always heard about a gun incident when you were a child, you know, that you had shot yourself, and it seemed like...
That's mad to me, bro. Like an 11-year-old, oh. And this, what it is, yeah, it's not even it's not even the music industry that has all these, like mad situations of 11-year-old youths and, like, getting touched and get me. Like, it's just messed up, like, this world. If you actually, like, look deep into the world and that, you'll notice that there's so many messed up things there. It's actually quite disheartening. It's actually sad.
Like with this song, there was a lot of speculation. It seemed like you brought real clarity to the situation. You was upset because she didn't want you to rap?
To rap, man. I love rap, man. I died for it, bro.
Birdman is not the devil. He just serves him. Lil Wayne also said that he was abused as a child by a woman Birdman paid to perform some inappropriate acts that shouldn't have been done on an 11-year-old child. Lil Wayne claims that Birdman sat there and watched the entire time. This is very similar to what Aleister Crowley was teaching with his children rituals. It's clear what agenda Birdman was promoting through his music. Birdman signed artists he thought were going to help spread that satanic agenda. All his artists were rapping about murder, selling drugs.
That's him pushing his agenda, innit? But the same songs you listen about my man questioning this guy, doing that guy, isn't that the same agenda? Like, isn't that the same stuff? Music's actually a mashup, you know. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you hear a bit of D and that, you're like, yeah, it sounds hard, but it's going into your system. That's why I try to listen to a man like J. Cole and that, because sometimes he talks about, like, getting down with your John and that. But it's a life you live, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much of that is mad, though. It's actually mad, though.
Drugs and money. He used them to make himself a millionaire and didn't even pay his own artists. Birdman clearly sold his soul to the devil to achieve his dreams, taking notes from Aleister Crowley, who used Lucifer to get everything he desired. He was willing to get rid of the artists he no longer needed and felt were acting up because he didn't feel like paying them. We must remember what agenda these artists push. We must not allow them to manipulate us into following a satanic lifestyle. They choose to sell their souls in order to have heaven on earth, but it's not eternal.
That's the end of the video. Anyway, yeah, so you tell me how you feel about this video. My opinion is I've basically always known this because I do quite a bit of research on it. And all this stuff is mashup. It's actually very weird. Yeah, man, just be careful out there. What's going on? What is this? I like to see beyond what the media shows me. Do you get me? Obviously, being an intellect and that. Yeah, man, just If you want to have a discussion about it, let's talk, comment, whatever, man. Just interact in it. I don't know why you man just staring at a guy on the screen. What's wrong with you? If you got something to say it, innit? Oh, anyway, I've been your host with the most. I go by the name of the Baby, yes sir, aka Gavin. Shout to me until the next time. Land of the dream. Subscribe.